So here's my first question. We all, at our relative ages, have the choice to be able to do something other than what we're currently doing. People in the audience have already shared with me they've got some great ideas of things that they're interested in doing. What does it take? What does it take to make one of those ideas real, tangible, and successful?
Is that for me? Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say that we have a fork, which is it's called a haptic fork, and my mother would be so proud of it, because if you're eating too fast, it starts to vibrate. And so not only does it make it hard to get the food in your mouth, but it obviously says slow down, so, which is something she said all the time. So the technology does
Wait, there's a business
exist.
here.
Yeah.
I mean, what a set.
So, and then we have a spoon that offsets the tremors from Parkinson's as well, so that you can eat successfully. So a lot of that technology is there. There are people who support that. I think it takes 5 things. I think it takes passion. I think it takes perspiration. I think it takes preparation. I think that it takes perseverance, and it takes principles. You actually have to want to do something that is going to make a difference. It's not enough to serve yourself. You know, we say at 1871, it's not about making a living, it's about making a life, and the people who are there, you know, we want them to demonstrate that they want to do something that is significant and is going to impact a great number of people. So those are the drivers. I think those are the things that we start with. We have, interestingly enough, people think it's a bunch of pimply 20-year-olds, but we have career changers, 30, 40, 50 years old. We have serial entrepreneurs. We have people who have expertise in an area but don't know the technology, as Dan alluded to before. And so we make them with young technologists. And so the whole process is constant change, constant sort of iteration. And you know, we see everything, every kind of business, and it's really hard to explain. I didn't answer your question about innovation. It's hard to describe. It's a little bit like cutting roast beef with a screwdriver. So it's a messy process, and it's one that has a lot of room and has to have a lot of room for mistakes. And that's just part of our sort of forgiving culture. And you can't do it in an environment where people are explaining to you the 100 reasons why it's not possible. So to be surrounded by similarly infected people who are supportive of your dreams, you know, at the same time is really, really powerful.
I love it. Anybody else on that one?
You know, there may be one other factor too, and maybe it is not being too afraid that maybe you're not going to make it and being afraid of failing. When we had the concept about bringing the village to Chicago, I said, well, what's the worst thing that could happen is it won't work. But, you know, it's such a great idea, let's just go for it. But you have to be a little uncomfortable with just maybe it's just not going to work. But I hope the spoon does work.
Well, I hope so too. Yeah, if I may add, I mean, being passionate is definitely, for me, is the most critical about your ideas. And you have to fall in love with your idea. But you have to really go back and ask yourself, why would anybody use it, let alone pay for it? And if you cannot answer that question, well, maybe it's just a great idea.